Hi gang, welcome to Your Writing Sucks. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I'm Jen, I'm a lead content designer and I've been doing this for a decade now. If you're new, welcome in. We're gonna teach you some stuff. If you're not new, welcome back. Fun little behind the scenes tidbit, if you were here last time. You might know that this microphone was hideously positioned. The reason for that is I bought this mount last September. It is now March of the following year, and I have only just realised it was on a pneumatic pump this entire time. So yeah, I might know my stuff about content design, but seemingly no common sense. High intelligence, low wisdom. I'm basically a wizard. D&D joke, getting nerds. So yeah, if you were here last time, you might know that I cut myself off because one of the key points about being a content designer is knowing when to edit. And that video was going on for far too long. But what I had done is I've gone through the user journey of Vodafone, see how that pans out. Basically see what a user sees. They didn't do terribly well. Like, it's not bad, but it's not great. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we get there though, what's a user journey? Last time we talked a little bit about user needs and why they were important. So if you want to go back and see that video, feel free. It'll be up there somewhere. But almost hand in hand really with a user need. Once you know what your users need, how do they get there? What is the user journey? See, it all makes sense really. It's all very logical. So a user journey is basically like the sort of step-by-step experience that someone will go through on their way from interacting with, say, the beginning of your service. And it's all about essentially how they get from A to Z. So how do they come into your service? How do they go and do the thing they want to do? And then get the hell out of there. So when we talk about sort of mapping user journeys, you can think of it a little bit like a roadmap. So it's like when someone starts and first discovers your thing, and then it's all the way through to how they sort of achieve that goal. So let's look at an example. You're hungry, you want pizza, as I always do. Your user journey might be a little bit like this. So you open up your Domino's app, search for your pizza, I click on that thing because I want to order a Meteor. So I click on Meteor, I add it to my cart, I check out, I can then track my order, and then it arrives and I get to eat it. So that whole journey has been planned out, and it's kind of been made as seamless as possible because you want as few steps as possible between somebody fancying a pizza and having one at their door. And sort of one of the really nice things about content design is user journeys is one of those things that we really plan for when we are designing a service. Because again, if we go back to our user needs, nobody wants to flail around a service trying to find the thing they can't find and getting frustrated, right? So on that note, Vodafone. As I say, gonna have a little bit of a costume change. My hair will be shorter for some reason, but we're gonna go through the user journey of how I found Vodafone's experience of trying to order a new iPhone, which should give you a better idea of the kind of thing we're looking for in user journeys, and maybe how we do them better. Shall we look at a real life example? Shall we? Now, the last time I did this, but I'd lost all of the audio, thanks Microsoft, Vodafone, their user journey was horribly broken. So you've got a second chance at this, Vodafone. Don't mess it up. So I might say, right, I don't know what the new iPhone is, but I want a new iPhone. So I'll do a search for new iPhone on DuckDuckGo rather than Google because they're better with data. Can tell I spend a lot of time on the internet. So on the first page, you've got Apple, obviously, which will sort of tell you what the new one is. So there's an iPhone 13 is pretty much the new one. Currys has got us on the first page. Argos is on there. Apple, obviously. But no Vodafone. So say I hypothetically have already got a contract with Vodafone. I just want to upgrade. So I might go, okay, so I want a new iPhone, but I want to get it through Vodafone. So, top result, new Apple iPhone from Vodafone. Good search engine optimization, new Apple iPhone, because obviously I'm looking for a new iPhone, thank you. So I've come here and I've got to the Vodafone shop. Already, my user journey arguably started on my search term. Now, you can do a little bit about that in the sense that obviously you can have certain search terms like new iPhone prominently on your webpage so that it does feed back into that search engine. But in terms of the user journey you explicitly control, it's basically going to start here. So I've landed on your homepage. Great. I want a new iPhone. Fantastic. First results, iPhone 15 Pro. Great. Love that. Well done. Although, interestingly, how on the search terms was iPhone 13. I wonder if that's currently selling more. Up front, they've gone, right, you're looking for a new iPhone. Here you go. Home. We've landed on home iPhone. Great. These little things here, they're called breadcrumbs. It basically means that people can navigate through your website a lot easier. These are great. I'm a big fan of these. Accessibility as well. So, obviously, if I want to go home, I just click on home. And it's taken me straight back to the Vodafone homepage, which is fine. We've got breadcrumbs for home, mobile, our best SIM-only deals. Fine. Great. Love that. So I'm looking for the newest iPhone. I've done a search. Yeah. I thought the newest was a 13, but it turns out it's a 15. My first option is a 15 Pro. Now, if I just want a 15 Pro, great. I'm already here. I can buy a phone immediately. So I click on buy now. They've immediately tried to sell me an add-on. Oh, I think I didn't get this far last time, though. I think they might have fixed whatever the problem was. So, journey is search term, picked an iPhone. Do you want to protect your new device? I mean, okay, fair enough. I'd argue that's not my number one needs at this point. You're immediately trying to upsell me. I haven't even chosen a phone yet. But, so in terms of their user journey, picked iPhone, protect your new device. And I'm going to go, no, thank you. I don't want any of that stuff. Do you want any accessories? Vodafone, this is shameless. So, before you get, I mean, it says phones and plans selected, right? Has it, though? It seems to have just defaulted. Maybe that's me. Hang on. Let me give them another bash, because that seems crazy. Buy now. No, it defaults to picking a phone for you, which is crazy. So I need to go back and select my phone. It's just defaulted to iPhone 15 Pro on the lowest storage with a plan that's £45 a month and £50 up front. That's Vodafone, that's crazy. That's the most insane user journey. Maybe it's a Firefox thing. Is it a Firefox thing? Like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because that's crazy. You can't just pick a phone. What if I want a different colour? Right, Apple iPhone. Right, credit to Vodafone. It's a Firefox thing. However, I'll be honest, you should have tested this. Okay, we've swapped to Chrome. Vodafone, you need to look at Firefox, because last time I tried that on Firefox, it was fully broken. And I've just tried it now, and it automatically chooses a phone for you, which is crazy. So, let's try again on Chrome. This is why it's important to test across browsers. What have we learned today? Test across browsers. So on Chrome then, my user journey is I've searched for a new iPhone. I've landed here. So I can get a new iPhone 15 Pro. Fine. Buy now. It's given me to choosing a phone. Right, I can choose what colour I want. I can choose what capacity I want. Great. I can see pictures of it. Lovely. It's got very, very basic specifications, which presumably that's the thing that most people might care about. Do people really care about a customizable action button? I'm not so sure, but forged in titanium. Here is where I think some of the sort of marketing speak will also come in, which is another variation on content design, which we will eventually get to in a different video, because it is important. But you can content design even marketing speak, right? Forged in titanium. Unnecessary. iPhone 15 Pro features a customizable action button and the most powerful iPhone camera ever. Now, this I feel is a little bit redundant. Of course it's the most powerful iPhone camera ever. It's the newest iPhone. But sure, okay, maybe some people care that it's the most powerful camera ever. So stuff I need to know, what colour is it, how much storage has it got? Free delivery, okay, that's great. If I order before 10 o'clock today, I'll get it tomorrow. Offers and benefits available. Lifetime service promise, lifetime warranty, and battery refresh. I mean, it's kind of nice to know, I guess, but it's very up top, very up front. As like that's like the most important thing you think to put up there, which is curious. Save up to £528 when you trade in an iPhone 14 Pro Max, includes a £150 bonus. Okay, again, fine, but strange. Those are the two things that they've absolutely like highlighted. It's just because they're doing everything central, which fair enough because it's probably optimized for mobile. But if we put it this way, you don't need all the blank space. You can see this bit. This website has been breached as part of a data leak. Lovely. Glad to know. So, yeah, they've chosen these two bits here to highlight as being very important aspects, which I find a bit curious because is that what people are looking for when they're shopping for a phone? Not really. I'd argue this is a business need, not a user need. Sure, good to know that I can get some money if I trade in a phone, and I guess good to know about a lifetime warranty. But again, you're telling me about a thing before it's anywhere near happening. Like, you're sending me a brand new phone. I would hope that the battery doesn't need a refresh right now. I would also hope that I don't need to use the warranty right now because it's a brand new phone. That's for later. But, so this is the things that they've chosen to highlight. And then it's obviously down to choose your plan. And then they've got key features. Now, rule number 1, content designers, don't use the word key. Keys are for... I think they've changed the language now, but I used to love how the GDS style guide used to talk about key. I'll try, if it's not there, I'll try and remember it. Oh, they've softened it a bit now. This used to say... So this is under words to avoid, right? Key. Unless it unlocks something, usually not needed, but can use important or significant. This used to be a lot sassier. It used to say something along the lines of, keys are for unlocking things. You probably mean important. I still love sassy style guide, but sure, this is absolutely true, because obviously you can use the word key if you're talking about actual unlocking keys. But a lot of people say key, and when they don't mean key, they mean important. So what's key? It's kind of like, it's like a nothing word. It's like a marketing word. What are the important features? Important features are this. It's got this. Look at these cameras. 48 megapixels, 12 megapixels, and 12. It's got 3 cameras. Saucy. This is how big it is. Now, I would say dimensions is the wrong word for this, personally, because dimensions. What's the size of it? Display size. Right, so okay, we've got display size. You could have display size. And you could have device size, for example, or phones, even better, phone size. We're specifically talking about a phone. We're not talking about an iPad. We're not talking about a Nintendo Switch. We're talking about a phone. So phone size, screen size. That's what I would do there immediately. Weight, fine, but okay. I mean, I guess you need to know the weight. I'd argue that's not terribly important, but you know, I guess. Listen, I'll tell you this, right? I'll give you a secret. If you are a feminine presenting lady, if you're wearing ladies' jeans of any description, stop wearing ladies' jeans. The pockets are garbage. Get yourself down to Tesco. Hashtag not sponsored. Get yourself down to Tesco, right? Get yourself some men's jeans. Or go up market, buy some posh men's jeans. You can buy them by waist size and leg length, and the pockets are gigantic. The first time I tried on men's jeans in a changing room, right, put my phone into my pocket. The entire time, because these phones have been getting bigger, right? Yes, it does have Danganronpa on it. These phones have been getting so big, I was at the point where it could basically get that far into my jean pocket, and I couldn't get it down any further. The first time I put them into men's jeans, it did this. And I, out loud in a public space, went, oh, good God, yes. So, honestly, men's jeans are for everybody. Any gender, get men's jeans because the pockets are top notch. Anyway, I'm just saying the weight would be less of an issue then. Then we've got a video.
The new titanium iPhone 15 Pro on Vodafone Evo.
It was just two people embracing. It's got a copyrighted song in it, so I ain't gonna replay that. Go to Vodafone's website if you're that desperate to look at it. Yeah, it's just people embracing and going, hey, it's a titanium phone. Sure, okay. So yeah, bit of a video. I mean, I think this is kind of nice. So this has just been pulled from Apple though, hasn't it? Just a nice little artsy shot of it. Tells you what chip's in it. Tells you it's made of titanium, so it's strong. I mean, here's the thing. This has been pulled from Apple. Apple are very good at content design. Now, I'm about to take that away from them. Apple are very good at content design in the sense that they're very concise and they're very clear and they're very just short and to the point, right? I have issues with some things. So A17 Pro, fine. Just telling me what chip it is. Game changing. What does that mean? What do you mean game changing? It's like award winning. So when someone says something's award winning, my question is, what award did you win and for what? Like, award winning means nothing. Game changing means nothing. What do you mean game changing? Groundbreaking performance. Do you mean it's better than the last chip? Because we could just say that, couldn't we? Titanium, so strong, so light, so pro. I think that's probably all right. The so pro is a bit markety, but they can have that. They are marketing. Next generation portraits. Again, what does this mean? Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad because it means nothing. iPhone 15 Pro Max has the longest optical zoom in iPhone ever. Far out. Great. Perfect. Marketing and says exactly what you mean. It's got the longest optical zoom an iPhone's ever had. I still think there was a better way to phrase this, but I know what you're getting at, right? Zoom in, far out. Fine. I get it. I get the joke. This is better. This is much better. USB-C with USB 3. Up to 20 times faster transfers. Great. Perfect. Told me exactly what I needed to know. Told me why it was better. No notes. Action button. A fast track to your favorite feature. That doesn't really tell me anything. I mean, good to know that it's got an action button, I suppose, but as someone whose iPhone doesn't have an action button, I have got no idea what that means. Battery life that's positively pro. It's alright. It's again, markety, but it's telling me it's got a good battery. Up to 29 hours video playback on iPhone 50 Pro Max. Perfect. Up to 23 video hours video playback on iPhone 50 Pro. Great. Told me what I needed to know. In an emergency, iPhone has your back. This seems like a great feature. Thank you for telling me. Emergency SOS via satellite and crash detection. Help when you need it most. Perfect. Love that. Internal structure frame of iPhone 15 Pro is 100% recycled aluminium. Also good. Good to know. Saving the environment. Very, very funny. A very funny quick anecdote about this whole crash detection thing. I've got an Apple Watch that's got full detection on it. And had a bit of a tumble in the town centre a few months back. I had a terrible year last year. I had a fall and I really messed my face up and my legs and my sides and I couldn't walk properly. I also had somebody write off of my parked car by smashing into the side of it and then doing a runner. They got arrested. And then I had a car crash the same year because some idiot didn't know how roundabouts worked. Anyway, when I had my fall, so I do sound like an old lady now. It's been 84 years. When I had my little fall, I was essentially concussed. I've had 2 concussions in a year. That's not good. That's really not good, is it? That explains a few things. So when I had my fall, my watch basically started beeping and going crazy. I was rushed. I was absolutely swarmed by all these old men rushing to pick me up to see if I was okay. And my watch was going off going, "You look like you've had a fall. Do you want me to ring the emergency services?" And I sat there going, no. And genuinely, my eyesight was vignetted. I couldn't see properly. And my watch was just yelling at me going, "Are you sure? What's actually happened?" And it was like, "Have you had a fall? But you're okay? Have you not had a fall?" And I was like, "I've had a fall, but I'm okay." It was nice. I didn't know I had fall detection until I actually needed to use it. Which phone is right for you? Now, I would argue, Vodafone, that this information is more important up top. Now, for them, again, business reasons, they want you to buy the most expensive one. So they've immediately gone. Like, I do agree that in terms of getting to the thing, if I've clicked on, right, iPhone 15 Pro, just want the new one, don't care, click on that, click on my plan, go ahead, right? All of this stuff is extraneous, but I would argue that this is far too far low down. Because if I want to get a phone, I might want to do some thinking about, okay, what do I need out of a phone? What's my user need in a phone? And then I can compare and contrast here and choose which phones I want. I think these, the way these are set out, great, really great. Just short and to the point. This is how big it is. This is what it's got. This one's got a dynamic island. This is what the connection is. This has got Face ID. This has got Touch ID. Great, perfect. I think that's all really good. And then just some like extras if you're upgrading your phone. Again, I think that's more important. And then right at the end, here's some extras that you get. And then at the bottom here, we've got some frequently asked questions. Now, we will get to frequently asked questions at a later date, but frequently asked questions are interesting because they're really good from a search engine optimization point of view. They're not as good from a content design point of view because the existence of frequently asked questions suggests that the information that they need is not in your content. Because they shouldn't need to ask questions if your content covers it, should they? Right, so in terms of actual user journey, now that we've completely dissected Vodafone's webpage, I have some suggestions, Vodafone, call me. My rates are very reasonable. So in terms of actual user journey, we've done a search, said, right, I want to go to Vodafone, thanks very much. I want a new iPhone. Here we go into Vodafone, we've clicked on buy now. That's taken us to this page to choose a phone. We've been able to choose a colour and a capacity, fine. And then we've chosen our plan, so we will just choose this one. This is quite good. Quite like this. Little pop-up immediately as you've clicked on your plan, asking if you want to trade in your phone. I think this is exactly the right time to ask this question because someone's about to buy a phone. They may well be wanting to trade in a phone. They've even got a drop down, so if you want to know a bit more about how the trade-in works. Again, they've made me laugh because they've put bank transfer there as the last option on the list, which I personally, I've not got the user research to back it up, but I would say that is probably the first choice for most people. Anyway, so regardless, don't want to trade in. Then we've got to where we skipped to last time on Firefox. Vodafone, test your website on Firefox. Just so. Can choose whether we want to protect any device. No, I'm alright. Get out of basket if I wanted to. No, here are some adapters. Here are some accessories. No. Do you also want to connect your Apple Watch? I'm alright, thanks. Not the biggest fan of this because again, look, they've switched colours here. This is what I mean about content. I mean, like, encompassing everything. So this is all quite easy to read. It's black on white, traditional, fine, easy. White on black is also okay. But what they've done here is they've then switched. It's quite jarring to go from white here to black here. And then go to basket is white on red. Which in itself is not a great contrast. It's not terrible, but it's not as good as it could be. Now obviously this is their brand colours. This is what they've gone for. But they've almost like, if you notice how much bigger these buttons are. So adding more stuff to your basket is bigger than going to your basket. Is there? Yeah, there's not really, unless I can click on the basket directly to take me there. I can. So that's quite cheeky. They make you read through all of the other stuff that they want to upsell you. Or you can just click on the basket. Pro tip, you can just click on the basket and it's put the stuff in. So yeah. And then you've got here and then it's got go to checkout. Fine. So, in terms of an actual user journey, now we started this slightly differently because I had to swap to Chrome. But say this is our search results page where it just goes, right, I'm going to click on Vodafone. That's step 1. Step 2 is here I am. Oh, right, I want to click on an iPhone 15. Step 3 is choose my phone and my plan. Step 4, choose that plan and I don't want to trade in. Step 5, protect your device, basically an upsell. Step 6, go to your basket. Don't worry about the cost, we've got 2 phones in there now. because it wasn't working. So that's not a bad run, that, to get from 0 to buying a phone. Obviously, that's not your full user journey. The rest of your user journey will continue with things like going to the checkout, logging in if you've already got one, although that is a terrible thing. Or obviously starting to fill in, put your details in, start like all of this, affordability address, all of this is still part of your user journey. So this will be, I mean, I quite like that this is up front. It shows you all of the things you're going to have to fill in. So obviously once you've put in your details there, it'll get onto the affordability checks, all that kind of thing. That's fine, that's all great. Kinda hate this. So if you log in as a current Vodafone, so you've done your search to search for a new phone, and because you weren't logged into Vodafone, they're going to empty your basket and you've got to start again. That's great. So yeah, that's kind of like a quick run through of a basic user journey. There are much better user journeys than this. I'm going to show you my favourite user journey of all time, and it's a gov.uk one. It's always my go-to example for good user journeys, right? I won't be able to go through the full thing because I'd have to go through it, and I haven't got like a test account or anything. Again, full disclosure, I've never worked for the DVLA. I just adore this page, right? So, I've had a letter through telling me to tax my car. And I go, all right, fair enough. And I've got to this page literally by typing in tax my car, fine. And it's taken me to this is what's called the Start Now page, for the obvious reason. It's got a big old Start Now button in it. But tax your vehicle, because it could be any type of vehicle, that's fine. Tax your car, motorcycle, or other vehicle using a reference number from these 3 things. Here's what I love about this immediate Start Now page. Firstly, a vehicle tax reminder, which is what the thing is called, or last chance warning letter from DVLA. Now, I've never had one of these because I always taxed my car one time. But the fact that they call it a last chance warning letter, I think is really interesting, because I would bet my bottom dollar that there is user research on that is what people call it, because I can guarantee it's probably got last chance written on the letter. People refer to it as that. It's also a warning letter. They know that it's from the DVLA. It's like all of the information you need to identify that letter is here. Same here. So the official name of this document is a V5C, which people do sort of know it as, but the majority of people call it vehicle logbook. I once did the research on this in terms of looking up Google search terms, which you can do with certain web services, which again, we'll probably get into in a later lesson. But if you ever do the comparison between how many people search for vehicle logbook versus how many people search for V5C, vehicle logbook is by far the more popular search term. So obviously they've put that in. To them, it's called a V5C, but this is what the users call it, so we'll give it in the user's language. The green new keeper slip from a logbook if you've just bought it. So again, they've called it a logbook again, because look, they've already said what a logbook is here, and they know that logbook is the term people are using. And also the fact that they called it basically the green slip. When you sell a car, people will refer to it as a green slip. What do you do if you don't have any of these documents? That's fine, because you can also tax at the same time. Here's how you can pay. Here's some information you do need to know, which is you must tax your vehicle even if you don't have to pay anything. For example, if you're exempt because you're disabled. You need to meet all the legal obligations for drivers before you can drive. All of these things have links off to more information if you need it. So what are my legal obligations to be a driver? Oh, well, it's this stuff here. And again, I love reading .uk content. Look how clean this is. It's better than Vodafone, isn't it? Anyway. So I've come to tax my vehicle. Here's my Start Now page. Here are the things I need to know before I start. Fine, I can start now. Or if I've got other things that I need to do so that I can apply in a different way, I can do it over the phone. I can do it at a post office. If it's off the road, that'll be quite important. So for a while after the car crash that I just had, mine was off the road for about 6 months, 5-6 months. So I had to declare it off-road for a little bit. But if that's the case for you, then obviously it'll take you off. Here's how you go and do that instead, because they're not going to tax your vehicle in this case. You're going to register it off-road instead. However, user journey, great. I want to tax my vehicle. I've come to the Start Now page, clicked on Start Now. First question. Do you have a tax reminder letter, also called a V11, but you're probably going to know it as a tax reminder letter, printed in your name? Oh dear, I don't have one of those. Continue. Which document do you have? It needs to be in the right address before you can go any further. So if it's not correct, then obviously you can change it here. Great. Okay, I've got the logbook. Again, we've called it V5C Registration Certificate, which is its official name. Or it's called the logbook. Okay, I've got one of those. If I don't have any of these documents, I can click on this link, and it'll obviously give me some information there. They've got a negative contraction, which is interesting. I presume this is from the days when negative contractions were allowed, but again, not to tease, but we'll get onto that in a later date. So if I don't have any of those, that's where I can get some information on that. But if I need some help, basically, here we go. Here's how I get some help. Great. Take me to a web chat, or here's how I confirm. Fine. But in this case, I've got the logbook, so I'll click on that and continue. Now, here's why I love this page so much. They've done it in such a way that it's actually foolproof. Like, clearly, they must have research on this to prove that people were struggling to find where this number was, particularly on the V5C. I mean, on the reminder letter, it's pretty cut and dried as to here's where your code is. But even on the reminder letter, they do have this illustration to show you that where you'd find it. So in this case, we're using a V5C. It's interesting that they've swapped here to the official name. Like, it doesn't really matter because obviously you've gotten here by clicking on logbook, and they also talk about it here. But I do wonder if maybe we could have used that a bit further up. I'm nitpicking. As I say, I loved it. This is my favourite gov.uk page. So using a V5C in your name, so this is what I'm trying to do. Here is what my vehicle registration is, also known as number plate, because that's what everybody calls it. And then here, this is what the page will look like. So this is what my logbook looks like. And what I'm looking for here is a little zoomed in picture to show me where I will find this number. And then it says only use this reference number if the V5C is in your name. There's a little exclamation mark component here, which is what is used to highlight something that's very important to know before you go any further. And then you've got the 11-digit reference number, which is this one. So it's showing you where that reference number is. Pop it in there, then you can continue. And what I really love about this page is just the simplicity of it. How it's just, I've want to tax a car, here's what you need to know, start now, what have you got? I've got this thing, okay, here's the thing you need off that thing. Carry on. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's the example I always use. DVLA should be very proud of themselves. It's an actual like gov.uk service as well. There's a difference between gov.uk web pages and also gov.uk services, and this is actually a service, which you will be able to tell, not on my screen because it doesn't go up that far, but the URL for it is vehicletax.service.gov.uk. So you know that you're on a gov.uk service, you know that you're in the right place. It's perfect. It's perfect. So yeah, that was like a quick run through of content design, what a content designer is, and a quick couple of examples of what user journeys are, which is like your intro to content design. If you like this kind of stuff, then please do me a favour and hit the subscribe button so that YouTube starts to like me. It's very important to my personal well-being. If there's any sort of pressing questions that you've got about content design or how you'd sort of implement it in the real world, feel free to drop that down there. As I say, I'll be looking into doing more videos that go a little deeper into actual specifics of things. And yeah, we'll start our own little user journey together. That was so cheesy. But have a great day. This has been Your Writing Sucks, but hopefully now a little less than it did. See you later. Bye.